All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me to go over this, just really a quick overview of your Advocare microsite. As you can see on the screen right now, this is our microsite here. I haven't logged in yet, but one of the things I wanted you to take a look at real quick is right here on the front screen, which is our story. And I'm going to show you how you can change the generated story that's on there immediately for you when you enroll, but also how to add your photo if you haven't done that yet. So you're just going to simply log in to your Advocare microsite. And here we are. So this is the back end of your Advocare microsite. So to change your story and to change your picture, you just hover over the My Advocare and then come over to the Manage My Website, and you can click on Edit My Story. Story should be there, and you can simply just click on that page, write in your story, and then click Submit. Understand that it is going to take probably at least a week for your story to show up, because Advocare does have to check everyone's story, make sure that it is up to code, that there's nothing in there that's not allowed. Okay, for your picture, very similar thing. Just click on Upload My Photo, choose a file from your computer, submit it, and again, it will take probably at least a week for that picture to show up. So if you don't see it immediately, don't get worried. They will put it on there. Again, it just has to be approved. Now, you can also edit your site focus. Okay, these are the ads that are going to be shown on your Advocare microsite, so you can actually choose which ones show up. Okay, so that is the first thing that I recommend that you do once you join Advocare. Make sure you get all of that taken care of. Now, there's just a few things that you want to pay attention to on a, we pay attention on a weekly basis or a daily basis. When you're brand new, maybe every other day, just really kind of looking at some of these reports on here. And I'll show you why they're important. Of course, there's the volumes and earnings report. This is going to show you where you currently are and how much you're earning through your wholesale commissions. Okay, at this point in the pay period until it closes, you're not going to see your overrides, you're not going to see your leadership bonuses because that gets calculated at the end of the pay period. Okay, so for this pay period ending May 5th, this is the current volume that we have in our wholesale earnings. And now if you look at the pay periods before that, and I'll get into a little bit more detail on the override and leadership, but this is how you can see where the true residual income comes from in Advocare. Okay, because it's not wholesale earnings. At the beginning of your business, yes, you are getting people on product, you're enrolling them as distributors, and you're helping them get to the advisor level. Okay, but once you start building a team, the wholesale earnings are they're not low, but they're not going to continue to be very high. What you're going to start noticing is your team's volume. So remember, override is what you earn from other advisors on your team, and that's only 3 levels deep. Leadership, you earn all throughout your entire organization, no matter how deep your organization goes or how wide it goes. You earn a certain percentage. So in these pay periods, you can see where our override here was about 2,500, then about 3,900 in leadership, and there's what we earned for that 2-week pay period. Okay, so this is a great report to check just to kind of see where you're at. But again, don't spend too much time on that one. You want to get out there, start talking to people, get them on product. That's how you get paid. Checking that report, that's not how you get paid. Okay, you can also click on Complete Downline Report. As people join your organization, you can click on the hierarchy here, and it will show you everybody who is in your organization. So as you can see on ours, all the way down, we've got about 91 frontline distributors. And what's nice about this is you can go to any one of your distributors. We'll choose Joe here. And you can see how many distributors they have on their team. And then you can also click on their downline. So you see Gary here and Brandon. So if I just click on Gary, who has 42 distributors that are frontline to him, I can see what's going on in his organization. Scroll down. I usually look at this column here, the PGV, and when I start seeing high numbers, these are the people that I want to follow up with and see what's going on and where that volume's coming from. Are they building a team? Like Kriston over here, has almost 7,000 in volume. And we still have 2 days left in the pay period. So these are the people that I'm checking in on and ensuring that they have everything that they need, that they're watching some of the reports that I'm about to go over. And not that, you know, Joe couldn't do this work, but we want to be, as leaders, we want to be there ensuring that everyone is taken care of. Okay, along with this, you can also click on the new distributors for your pay period. And this is going to show everyone who has joined during this pay period throughout your organization. Okay, so this is not just frontline to you. And what you're going to see here, and this is important to look at, is when you have these new distributors, your goal is always to help them get to the next level. So a 25% discount, a 30% discount, and even the 40% discount level. So all these people here where you see D at 20s, these are all people who enrolled. They haven't hit that $500 mark yet. Okay, so you want to check in with them. Now you can call the sponsor. So here with Larry, call him, say, hey, you know, who's Gregory? What did he order? Have you guys talked about getting to the next discount level and getting to advisor? He needs at least $500 in this pay period to get to that next level, and he's at $245. Okay, if Larry has had a conversation with him, you can chat about that. If he hasn't, you can recommend that he calls him immediately, lets him know where he needs to be. Now, let's say Larry was not working the business at all. I couldn't get a hold of him. He's not answering my calls or messages. I'm going to go directly to Greg, and I'm going to call him. Okay, you also have email addresses there. Depending on where you're at in the pay period, if it's, you know, the last day of the pay period and somebody needs $250 to get to that 25% discount level, probably wouldn't email them. I'd recommend that you call them just so that you can ensure that they get your message. Okay, emails are easily overlooked. Okay, but you can scroll down and you can see, so right here, Dante qualified for advisor, did an advisor order. So we know he's good to go. We've got some D's at 25, so they've got over the 500 mark. So all of these people here that have at least 500, that volume is going to help them get to the advisor level, and it moves over to the second pay period. Okay, so great report there to kind of check on and see who's coming into your organization. Of course, there's also the new advisors for your pay period. These are the 3 new advisors that we have, and there should be a few more by the end of this pay period. And you can always go back pay periods. So if you want to see how many new advisors you had for the previous pay period, they're all on that screen there. Same thing with your new distributors. You can go back to various pay periods and see how many people joined you. You can see new distributors who need to renew in 30 days. I like this one because as I see the screen, you know, I'll just shoot out an email, let them know, hey, your distributorship is about to expire. Make sure that you log on and renew for your $50 so you can keep your discount. Okay, they may not place orders that often. You don't want to risk them losing their distributorship just because they forgot. Okay, so again, email and phone numbers are on there, so definitely recommend that you do that. And some of these reports you're not going to have on here until you get to the advisor level or you hit different leadership levels, so I'm just going to go over the basic ones. Okay, so we talked about the hierarchy, new recruiters, new advisors, and renewals. Those are the most important ones for this, especially when you're brand new. Okay, so now if we go back to the My Advocare, we are going to go over the advisor pre-qualification. This is another very important one, and I check this on a daily basis because these are the people who are in qualification to get to advisor. And here's what's important. So right now, it'll come up and says completed 2 periods of qualification. And if you know how to get to advisor, you know that they need to complete $3,000 of volume within 3 pay periods. So since they've already completed 2, this is their last pay period to qualify. So Jenny over here only needs 181. Alexandra is at 385, 1491 for Carla, and Lisa, well, she did it. She hit the advisor level, so she's qualified. So we're just following up with these people, making sure they understand how much they need to get to advisor. The last thing you want to do is have someone that has only $181 left to qualify for advisor, have that pay period close and not have called them, and they just didn't realize it. People at the beginning of their business, I mean, for a couple months to almost a year, there were a lot of these things that we didn't understand. And there were a lot of people who could have got to advisor that slipped through the cracks. So you don't want that to happen. Okay, now you can always, just depending on how many people you have, you can collapse all these, you can expand all of them just to make it a little easier to look at. Okay, and I'll show you why that's important in a second here. So those who completed one period of qualification, we've got 11 distributors listed, and again, it's just going through and seeing how much they need to get to advisor. So Larry qualified for advisor, he got all his volume in and actually got more than what he needed, so that's great. And so again, just go through those, call those people, email them, make sure they understand where they're at. Hey, working on their first period of qualification. So as your business starts to grow, as you can see, we have 150 distributors listed. Now some of these, they've only done $52 or so, or $60. They are strictly product users. And these may be people that we've had conversations with already. We can look at those, but one of the things that you can do is you can say, hey, you know what? I just want to see people who are actually moving some product. So let me look at those who have at least $250 or more. So it goes from 150 to 36. Let's look at those who have 400 or more. It goes to 18. Okay, so I can have a better overlook of who's really moving product through our organization, who are those people that I really need to spend some time with. And since it's $400 or more, you want to look at this. So if I scroll down, so right here, okay, Ariel has 441. She's only $60 away from getting to that 25% discount level. So we're going to make sure that Ariel knows that she's that close and see if we can help her get to that next level. Okay, and of course, you can always collapse all these to make the view a little easier. And so if we took it down to showing all and collapse, so all those 150 are now just listed under our front line, and we can drop down the menu to see who's around there and what volume they have. Okay, so advisor pre-qualification, extremely important to pay attention to. And you want to do this, we do it on a daily basis. As you're new on this, you may check it every other day or so. But make sure you understand where people are. Okay, advisor pre-qualification override. So again, when you're brand new to this, you're going to see a lot of earnings in your wholesale commissions and in retail. As you start building other advisors and you get them to that 40% discount level, that's when you start earning override. Override is 7% of the business volume that comes in through your organization, and there are plenty of videos out there that teach you how overrides and leaderships are calculated. I am not going to do that. I just want to show you something. Okay, so this is a current pay period. Right now we have 3 star legs, and star legs are important because if you watch those leadership videos, to get to 6-star ruby, to get to emerald, you have to have 6-star legs. So right now we have 3, 2 that are very close right there, and then we have some that are trailing behind. So we know we need to work in these legs to get them up so that they star for us, so we get that extra leadership bonus. Okay, we also know that to get to emerald, we need $2,000 in override. Right now we're at $1,600. Now, the last 48 hours of a pay period is where a lot of volume comes through. So I'm not too worried about that. But of course, I need to know where we are and how much volume we need. So to get to $2,000 in override, I know that to get $400 extra in override, that is $12,000. So we need $12,000 through our advisors so that we get that $2,000 and we can hit the emerald level. Again, if you don't understand that, don't worry. You'll learn that as you go. Just want to make sure that you're paying attention to this and you understand what the star legs are. Okay, and this just goes to show you as well. So this last pay period, 6 star legs, and we had $2,500 in override. So that's where we earn the Emerald Leadership Bonus, which again is an extra percentage over your entire organization. Okay, now you'll always have people on here, so we have 24 contributing legs. It just means there's 24 frontline advisors that are contributing to our override. Some of these are just simply product users or hobby distributors that are helping us earn override. These are our business builders right up in this area here. So what's important about that is you saw that we had 91 frontline distributors, and a lot of people think, oh, you have to have a ton of people on your team to make things happen. Well, the reality is we have 6 real business builders. Okay? Everybody else is either hobby or they're just starting and they're working their way to becoming a true business builder. So don't think you need 1,000 people on your team to have success in Advocare. You need a few very specific people who are intentional, just like you are, and then you have others who are just kind of sprinkling Advocare around to their friends and family here and there, and maybe potentially in the long run they'll become business builders. Okay, and that's why it's important to watch your pre-qualification report so you can help people get to the advisor level so that you can earn override and then earn leadership bonuses. Because again, look at this. You know, in the last month here in April, over $14,000 that we earned, and the majority of it was through override and leadership. Only $1,500 of that was actually through wholesale earnings. Okay, that's a significant difference. So build your team, advisors. You know, Greg Smith, great friend of ours, Diamond Distributor, he says it perfectly. Those with the most advisors win. Okay, and if you can help them get advisors, you're going to have leaders on your team to where you're getting paid while you sleep. Okay, this is where the real wealth in Advocare is built. All right, so hopefully you understand those reports. One other last one that I want to go through is retail sales compliance. This is something that as an advisor you should do every single pay period. And all you have to do, if people are going to your website and placing orders as retail customers, they'll automatically be added to this. But you may have to go in there and add a few people who you sell product directly to. So like Penny and Alex, we sold product directly to, so we recorded that. These 3 people went to our website, placed an order, so Advocare recorded it. So you just need 5. You may sell 20 people product. You only need a report, and this is just to help Advocare with compliance and the Direct Sales Association. So this is just something that they do on a regular basis. If the Direct Sales Association wants to see that we're actually selling product in the marketplace, this is what helps. Okay, so as an advisor, you should do that every single pay period. We always make sure at the end of the pay period we add those on. You can do it as you know, you sell product, just go ahead and put it in there as soon as possible so you don't forget. But we just wait till the end of the pay period. If you see any of these that are incomplete, and you have earned override or leadership, Advocare will not pay you your override or leadership until you're compliant. So this has to be done if you want to earn your override and leadership bonuses. And it's very simple, so don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. If you forgot a few of these, you can always go back and add your sales in. Okay, and Advocare will add whatever they owe you to your next paycheck. All right, so let's go on to events. So looking at events in your area, check your calendar. Now, it's going to automatically default to your state, but let's say you have a distributor who is in Florida and you want to see what's going on in Florida this month. So you click on Florida and then go, and bam, here are some opportunities to plug your prospects or your teammates who are in Florida, get them to these events. Okay, so there's a lot in here to really help you grow your business. And I don't think a lot of people take enough time to truly look through your Advocare Microsite. And of course, National Success School. If you haven't got your tickets yet, do it. Just click register now. Even if you don't know how you're going to get there, get your tickets. Okay, they're $169, and I promise you they are worth 10 times that value, if not more. We have not missed a Success School in the time that we've been doing Advocare, and we never will, because we know our income is a direct reflection of coming back from Success School and being fired up and helping our team reach new heights. So get your ticket. Doesn't matter if you're not sure how you're going to get down there at this point. It's August 7th through the 9th. you'll find a way, okay? And we'll help you get there. Last but not least on here, the training room, okay? If you're brand new in Advocare, there's absolutely no reason you should not go through every single video on here. So start with getting started. You're going to get videos from the top income earners in the company, as well as our corporate staff. So it starts off with a message from our president and CEO, Richard and Sherry Wright. Talks about why supplements, so just some great information. I highly recommend that you take at least half an hour each day to go through these videos. And you may just choose 3 one day, the next day go through the other 3. Make sure you're taking notes. There's product training, you've got business training, and then probably one of the most important things is personal development. Because here's the thing, guys, we all have the same compensation program, we all have the same products. The difference is you. So the only variable in Advocare is you. Are you willing to be a better person to make this happen? And Andy Andrews is an amazing author and just an amazing presenter and speaker on leadership qualities and living a better life. So there are some great videos on here. I highly recommend that you watch these, and even plug them in to your Bluetooth when you're in your car. Listen to them on your way to work or on your way to an event. Okay, but these are here for you to know how to build your business. This is what Tanya and I used when we first started, because Matt and Amber were in Colorado. We didn't have them there to really lock arms and do a whole lot of training together. We used these videos and we grew it from there. Okay, so please plug into the learn area in the training room. There's also some additional references on the 24-day challenger, do's and don'ts of your Advocare business, especially using social media, frequently asked questions, and then of course Advocare policies. If you want to know how we get paid in detail, if you want to know everything you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do, it's all in the policies and the compensation plan, and that's on that link right there. Okay, there's also plug and play mixer. This is brand new. If you want to host a mixer at your house, you can now do it, and you can choose the stories that you want. So if I wanted Johnny and Cheyenne, I just click on that. It'll play it for me. That way I can see, okay, well, this is what it's about. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the product story there. Okay. If I want an endorser, come over here. Let's say Drew Brees. He's always a good one to share. How about some business stories? I love Rob and Liz. They're good friends of ours, so I'm going to put them there. And then I want Danny McDaniel, the top income earner in the company, to bring it home. Okay, now you just hit play your mixer, and everything you just put together is now going to show. Now, you're not going to hear this because I've got it on mute, but Tanya opens it up, and she's going to lead everything into these stories that you put up. You literally don't have to say anything. Now, you can always pause and include something that you want to share, and then play again. So as it goes through the transitions, you can play with this. But if you're brand new and you're just not the type to get in front of people, here's how you can do it. Advocare made it as simple as possible with the plug and play mixer. So make sure you play around with that. Okay, also the audio training, the notes on success from our founder, Charlie Regis. We call it Rolling with Regis. Anytime I'm in the car, 9 times out of 10, I'm listening to Charlie. Because this has helped us grow our business, and you really get to hear the heart and soul of who Advocare is through the founder's own words. So guys, that's what I wanted to show you on this. Of course, there's plenty of other things. The Caribbean Adventure, if you want to see where you stand, there's ways that you can check on that. It tells you all the rules and the criteria for the events, new pin earners, pins and qualification. All that stuff is on your microsite, so play around with it. We just want to highlight a few things to make sure you knew how to utilize your microsite to get the most out of it. And if you ever forget what your Advocare site is, so obviously up here, advocare.com 100483363 is our Advocare microsite. But let's say you forget what your number is. You can just go to advocare.com, click on Find a Distributor, click on I already know a distributor, search by name and state, and click Find. And bam, there we are. Okay, so here's my distributor ID number. Now I can just plug that up into the URL. Okay, and then one last thing, obviously 10048363, not the easiest thing to remember if I'm trying to tell someone to go to my website. So we've bought multiple different domains. One of them is don'tcallmeskinny.com. So you can see don'tcallmeskinny.com, hit enter, and it goes directly to our Advocare Microsite. So it's a little easier to remember. Buddy Andrew in DC is dcadvocare.com. So come up with something unique, and you can just go to godaddy.com. And whenever it comes up here, you'll see there's a screen where you can put in whatever website you want to check to see if it's available. Click on the submit button, and so yeah, find your perfect domain here. So if I want to say matthickeyfitness.com, search domain, and let's see if it's available. It is available, go figure. So for $12.99 a year, I can purchase that domain, and then there's a way that you can just forward your Advocare microsite to it. So makes it easy. Just go to matthickeyfitness.com, and you can order your products there. Click on the 24-day challenge link, whatever you do. Make sure you're directing them to something specific so they don't get overwhelmed looking at your website. All right, so with that, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to be on and look at the back end of your Advocare microsite. Hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us, contact your upline. We're here for you. And let's make big things happen this year, guys. Talk to you soon.